Hello, everyone. So, our subject is Crop Science 3, which is farming systems. So, let's start with our discussion. For our first chapter, we'll talk about the scope, the principles, the importance, concepts, types, models, and components of a farming system. So, first, we'll have the scope. So farming system refers to the combination of various components such as crops, livestock, and other farming practices that farmers use to achieve their production goals. So its scope is quite broad and it encompasses a wide range of essential factors for successful farming. Then the aim of farming system is to integrate different agricultural activities in a unit area of land with the aim of maximizing return from a unit area, maintaining soil status and fertility, ensuring supplementary and complementary enterprise relationships to use the byproducts of one component of the farming system as inputs to the other, then to reduce environmental pollution. So base sa aim ng farming system na nakalagay dito, so it aims to have a sustainable type of production wherein yung mga waste products natin or mga byproducts from producing one crop or one system ay ginagamit nating input for the production of another system. So ginagawa natin siyang para tayong nagre-recycle ng mga materials. Then next, we have here the key components of farming systems and their scope. Una, we have crop production. So crop production is one of the core components of farming systems. And crop production involves the production of crops, various crops like cereals, mga legumes natin. Then we have our fruit vegetables, we have our fruit trees, and root crops, mga industrial crops gaya ng abaca, coconut, tobacco, and many more. So the scope of crop production includes crop selection, pag-select ng uri ng tatanim, planting, pagtatanim, fertilization, pag-aabono, irrigation, patubig, pest and disease management, harvesting, and post-harvest handling. Next naman, we have livestock production. Livestock production. As simple as it is the raising of animals for the other products. So ang scope nito in farming system includes animal selection, breeding, feeding, housing, health management, and marketing. Third, we have soil management. So soil management is a crucial factor in farming system because as we know I think it's common knowledge already that the soil is the origin of everything that we have. So we should conserve the soil in every ways that we can. So mga scope ng soil management ay soil testing, soil fertility management, soil conservation, and soil health management. Fourth, we have water management, water, tubig. So water is very essential for crop growth and productivity because water is a crucial factor para tumubo or mamunga ang ating mga halaman. So the scope of water management in farming systems includes irrigation, rainwater harvesting, water conservation, and water use efficiency. Another component of farming system is we have pest and disease management. Pests and diseases can significantly reduce crop yields and quality. Tama naman. Pinakamalaking problema natin sa pagproproduce ng ating mga halaman or pagtatanim ay ang mga peste at mga sakit. So the scope of pest and disease management are the following: prevention, control, and management strategies, and also the identification of pests and diseases. ID, prevention, control, and management strategies. Sixth, we have farm machinery and equipment. So this includes the machineries nga, yung mga tools na ginagamit natin in production. Then another component of farming system is marketing. So hindi lang tayo produce ng produce. So there's the saying that economic growth, the door to economic growth is production. And the key to that door is marketing. So very essential rin ang marketing para maging continuous ang ating production. So marketing involves the sale of agricultural products, and its scope include the following: product pricing, market analysis, market access, and market development. Then last, we have farm business management. It involves the planning, organization, and management of farm operations to ensure profitability and sustainability. Ni-ensure nito ang kaperahan ng ating mga farmers at ang sustainability or stability ng ating production. So, ang scope ng farm business management ay financial management, pagmaneha ng pera, risk management, farm succession planning. So those are the 8 key components of farming systems. So in summary, the scope of farming systems is quite broad, ulit-ulit, and includes various components that are essential for successful farming. So yung mga components nga yung mga 8, and a successful farming system requires the integration and effective management of these components to achieve the desired production goals while ensuring sustainability. So kailangan na hindi lang iisa yung component na ating utilize, kundi dapat integration or combination ng mga components para mas maging productive ang ating farming systems at para ma-attain natin yung sustainability in our production. Now let us proceed to the basic principle of farming system. So one integrated farming system, IFS, is a commonly used term to describe a more integrated approach to farming than one-way farming method. More integrated. This refers to agricultural systems that coordinate the production of livestock and crops, or fish and livestock, and are sometimes referred to as integrated biosystems. So in this system, an interconnected set of enterprises is used to input waste from one component to another part of the system. This reduces costs and improves productivity and or income because it uses waste as a resource. Farmers not only eliminate waste, but also ensure and overall increase in the productivity of the entire farming system. Yun nga, paulit-ulit lang, sinamarize lang dito, that the waste materials or waste products that are produced in the production of one produce or one system is used as an input for the production of another system. Recycle, rinse, repeat. New integrated methods include improved farming technologies such as integrated nutrient management, site-specific nutrient management, conservation technology, use of biofertilizers, crop rotation, zero tillage, and the use of agricultural systems which helps farmers track their activities, the production capacity and profitability of farms, as well as entire farms. The basic principle for an integrated farming system is to enhance ecological diversity by selecting the appropriate crop method with crop rotation, crop mixing, and intercropping so that there is less competition for water, nutrition, and space, and adopting environmentally friendly methods. By using a multi-story layout so that the total available area can be used effectively and has a high level of interaction between biological and abiotic components. So we have here a multi-story layout. So what we're talking here is the vertical farming, gaya ng aquaponics and aquaponics and hydroponics and aeroponics. Then we have here the factors determining the implementation of an integrated farming system. Una dyan, yung soil and climate features of selected area. So, syempre, kung magpapatayo ka ng isang farming system, kailangan nating i-consider yung uri ng lupa at kung anong klima nakakaparoon yung location. The next factor, we have the availability of resources and land labor. Siyempre, kailangan rin natin i-consider yung mga inputs na ating gagamitin, resources gaya ng capital, mga inputs nga, mga raw materials, and siyempre land labor. Another factor is the current level of resource use, the economics of the proposed integrated farming. When we're talking about economics, we're talking about supply or the resource nga economics. We're talking about supply, the financial aspect of putting up farming system. Then lastly, we have the farmer's management skills. Siyempre, kailangan na knowledgeable yung farmer kung gusto niyang magpatayo ng farming systems. Dapat marunong siyang mag-function as a manager to manage the farm efficiently. Next, let's proceed to the importance of farming system. So I've listed here some of the importance of putting up a farming system. Una dito ay food security. Siyempre, by putting up a farming system, integrated farming system, we get to aid or magkakaroon tayo ng supply ng food, which will make us food secure. Then another one, we have rural livelihoods. Farming systems are a source of income and employment for community members. Another importance of putting up a farming system is to have a sustainable resource management. So they help conserve and manage natural resources such as land, water, and biodiversity. Kasi nga, ang farming system ay ina-adapt ang mga sustainable practices or mga conservatory practices in production, gaya ng crop rotation, agroforestry, at integrated pest management, which is a holistic view in controlling pests and diseases. Then farming systems to improve soil health, reduce water use, and promote biodiversity conservation. Another importance, we have climate change mitigation. So farming systems play a crucial role in climate change mitigation by reducing greenhouse gas emissions and increasing carbon sequestration. Sustainable practices such as conservation agriculture, agroforestry, and livestock management can help to reduce emissions from agricultural activities and enhance carbon sequestration in soils and vegetation. So in farming systems kasi, in integrated farming systems, we make use of the no-till farming, or we try conservation farming by trying to minimize the land preparation practices that we do, by minimizing the tilling practices that we do. And when we do less tilling, we make use of lesser equipments, lesser machineries that produces gases that turn into carbon producing machineries, and limiting the disturbances that is to our soil. Mas nagiging maganda yung pag-absorb ng ating soil ng carbon. Tama. Then another importance of putting up a farming system is innovation and adaptation. Innovation, mga pagbabago, mga new methods, new ideas, and adaptation. Pag-adapt ng mga makabagong teknolohiya sa pagsasaka. Next, we also have cultural and social importance. Farming systems are an integral part of many cultures and societies worldwide, as they provide a sense of identity, community, and tradition, and help to maintain cultural and social values and practices. So summary, inulit lang, sinummarize lang. Next, let's proceed to the concept of farming system. So the concept of farming systems is a holistic approach to agriculture. So when we say holistic, we are including every little aspect of the ecosystem. So it integrates all aspects of farm management, which includes our crops, livestock, soil, water, biodiversity, and socio-economic factors. So we are not focusing on only one factor. Instead, we ensure that every factor is not being put to a disadvantaged state, or hindi na exhaust yung mga resources natin. Holistic nga. So sabi dito, it is not just about the production of a single crop or livestock species, but rather the entire farm enterprise and how it interacts with the natural environment and the wider community. So farming systems can be classified based on their scale, kung gaano kalaki, intensity, yung mga farm practices na ginagamit, at yung purpose, syempre. Hello, sir. Here. At the heart of the farming systems concept is the idea that agricultural production must be sustainable, resilient, and socially and economically viable. Sustainable meaning it is environmentally friendly and it conserves the ecological balance by avoiding the depletion of the natural resources. Then resilient meaning that it can sustain environmental factors or environmental degradations gaya ng mga sakuna or bagyo, lindol, ganon. Then socially and economically viable. Socially, tao. Economically, pera. Viable, kaya. So meaning that a farming system should be attained by the people with the means that they have. So that's the concept of farming system. Then farming system also prioritize the efficient use of natural resources such as water and energy. It utilizes sustainable water management practices such as rainwater harvesting and drip irrigation that are increasingly being adopted to reduce water use and increase water efficiency. So that's it for the concept of putting up an integrated farming system. Next, we have the different types or some of the types of farming systems. So these are classified based on their scale, intensity, and purpose. So I've listed here 7 of the common types of farming systems. Una dito yung subsistence farming. So in subsistence farming, we make use of little use of technology and minimal use of external inputs gaya ng fertilizers, pesticides, and machineries. So ang subsistence farming ay small scale wherein we can grow crops and raise livestock mainly for the farmer's own consumption. The next we have commercial farming. Commercial farming is on a larger scale, which requires higher levels of technology, gaya ng mga machineries, fertilizers, and pesticides. So it's on the other scale or other part of subsistence farming. Yung subsistence farming, small scale, and for own consumption lang. Ang commercial farming is for market and is operating on a larger scale. Then another type, we have organic farming. So in organic farming, organic nga, we rely on natural inputs gaya ng mga manure, mga compost, cover crops, para ma-build yung ating soil fertility and to control pests and diseases. Organic farming nga, so we prohibit the use of synthetic fertilizers and pesticides. And we try to emphasize the use of renewable resources and the conservation of biodiversity. Another type, we have agroforestry. In agroforestry, agro plus forestry, we try to integrate we integrate trees into our agricultural landscapes. So bakit nag-integrate tayo ng mga tree? Ano ba yung mga benefits? Una dyan yung shade or silong, which is important para sa ating mga pseudophylls or shade-loving plants. Then, ang mga trees rin ay nagsaserve bilang windbreaks, panangga ng malalakas na hangin. Then of course, soil conservation. So trees play a huge factor in holding the soil to prevent soil erosion. And of course, timber production, kahoy. And of course, trees provide a better place or good place for our wildlife. They serve as their habitat. Another type, we have integrated crop livestock system. Integrated, pinagsamang crop at livestock. 6, we have sustainable intensification farming. So dito, we utilize technologies and management practices, but at the same time, we try to minimize the negative environmental impacts. So we try to use technologies, but we make sure that we are not causing detrimental factors to our environment. Then lastly, we have precision farming or precision agriculture. So precision farming make use of advanced technologies kaya ng mga GPS natin, mga sensors, GIS, mga mapping tools for us to monitor and manage our crops and soil at a high level of detail. Then through precision farming, we can optimize the use of resources and reduce waste, thereby increasing efficiency and profitability. Next, let's proceed to the integrated farming system models. So we have here the combinations of farming systems. Una dyan yung fish and livestock integrated system. Fish and livestock nga, we cultivate fish and livestock as well as common farming methods that support each other. So dito yung fish ay pwedeng pakainin gamit ang mga farm residues gaya ng mga dahon, mga stalks, and other waste products. And in addition, yung mga plankton natin, which is a major food source for fish, can be grown using livestock manure. So dito, we adapt fish farms na malapit sa mga grazing lands natin, etc. Next, another combination ay ang cattle and fish integrated farming. Then we also have integrated fish farming with vegetable farming. Then we have integrated fish farming with rabbit farming, wherein the excreta or manure of the rabbits are used to fertilize the pond. Then we also have integrated fish with pig farming. So pwede pala to. Pig farming, then fish farming. So dito, ginagamit yung pig dung as fertilizer for the pond. And ginagamit rin siya bilang additional food para sa mga fish. So sabi dito, 70% ng pig excreta ay digestible food for the fishes. Pwede pala. Nice. So now let's have the components of integrated farming systems. So we have here four divisions, A, B, C, D. Categories A, B, C, D. Category A yung mga crops natin. Category B yung livestock and poultry. Category C yung fishery. Then category D yung secondary agriculture gaya ng vermicomposting, azolla cultivation, sericulture, mushroom cultivation, bee cultivation. So it is possible to develop an IFS by the combination or integrating the four categories. So pwedeng A plus B, crop plus livestock and poultry, pwedeng crop plus fishery, pwedeng livestock plus fishery, P plus C, pwedeng crop plus secondary agriculture, and so on and so forth. Okay. So, proceed naman tayo sa limitations ng isang integrated farming system. Meron mo ulit. Una, lack of awareness about the sustainable farming system. Pangalawa, unavailability of various farming system models. Pangatlo, lack of easy and reasonable interest rate credit facilities, unavailability of certain marketing facilities, especially for perishable products, lack of storage facilities, lack of timely availability of input, and lack of education or knowledge in farming communities, especially in rural youth. So itong mga limitations na to ay mostly ay on the knowledge part. So walang alam or limited yung knowledge ng mga community members kung paano magtayo or tama ng farming system. Kaya naman hindi nila nagagawa yung ganitong practice. Then of course, limited rin ang mga facilities natin, public facilities, gaya ng mga storage facilities, mga warehouses na pwedeng gamitin ng mga mamamayan. Okay. So that's the end of the PDF. So tapos na. Next.